James Gunn might be listening to Blake Lively's input on the next Batman in the DCU, with Brandon Sklenar reportedly in the running for the role. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Just like the race for the next James Bond, the battle for the Caped Crusader is also heating up. Among the names being discussed, it ends with us, and 1923 actor Brandon Sklenar has voluntarily thrown his hat into the ring. In a recent interview with Screen Rant, Sklenar acknowledged the growing fan support for him to portray Bruce Wayne, and he's fully on board with the idea. When the interviewer asked, "Has anyone?" while making the classic phone-to-ear gesture, Sklenar's response said it all. A smile, a subtle nod, it was the kind of reaction that practically screamed that something was definitely up. Has he already been contacted by James Gunn for the role? What's going on? Only time will tell. He then said. While no official casting decisions have been announced, Sklenar's openness to the role, combined with the chatter, could make him a strong contender. He said, for Batman. Let's keep running with that. That's something I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, and I've never even talked about it. It just started happening, and I was like, this is cool. And now, maybe, hopefully, it happens one day. Now, let's get to the juicy part. Besides, beyond Sklenar's enthusiasm for playing Batman, there was a moment in the interview that suggested there might be more going on. While Brandon Sklenar's name has popped up here and there in fan discussions about the next Batman, he wasn't exactly topping the list. Bigger names with louder fan bases were dominating the conversation, making Sklenar seem more like a long shot than a serious contender. That is, until Blake Lively stepped in. Yeah. I think there's some awareness of me on some level, probably. But yeah, I know they're a ways away from doing that. But yeah, obviously, the little kid in me and the adult me is like, this is cool. And I have a bunch of ideas. Anyway, it'd be cool. But the real question is, do fans actually want Brandon Sklenar as the next Dark Knight? Physically, he checks the boxes, he's got the look, the stature, everything. But when it comes to acting chops, not everyone's sold just yet. While Sklenar has proven his range in various roles, there's still a bit of skepticism floating around about whether he can truly capture the complexity of Bruce Wayne. So, how did all this buzz even start? Now, let's get into that. In a very public show of support, she took to Instagram and let the world, and more importantly, DC Studios, know exactly where she stands. She tagged none other than James Gunn and told him point-blank that fans want this, and Brandon is the guy. She wrote, "So happy for you, my friend. They're lucky to have you. Also, I'm seeing this Batman chatter. I volunteer yourself as tribute. James Gunn knows how to give the people what they need. And this they need." And it looks like the nudge worked a bit, at least, judging by Sklenar's statement. Gunn did take notice of him. At the end of the day, fans just want James Gunn to choose the next Batman based on merit, not connections. They've got faith in his vision, and they're trusting him to get it right, no matter who lands the role. Whether it's a familiar face or a total surprise, people are willing to be patient as long as the wait brings them the Batman they've been holding out for. James Gunn has finally done it. Even Henry Cavill's fans are excited about the upcoming DCU Superman film, and the WB execs couldn't be happier. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Warner Bros. Pictures CEOs Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi are reportedly more than pleased with how things are unfolding. From casting to tone to story direction, it looks like DC finally has a game plan, and it's one that might just silence the noise and unite the fandom, old and new. James Gunn has been putting in serious work to revamp the DC universe, and the results are finally speaking for themselves. For a while, the DC fanbase, especially the fiercely loyal Henry Cavill supporters, weren't exactly thrilled about the new direction. Losing Cavill as Superman left a Krypton-sized hole in their hearts, and they weren't shy about letting Warner Bros. Know it. But tides are turning. With David Corenswet stepping into the cape and Gunn's clear vision for Superman, even the most skeptical fans are starting to lean in. Early buzz around the project is strong, and it seems like Gunn is building a Superman story that respects the legacy while bringing in something fresh. Now, one interesting fact is that this revival didn't just start when James Gunn and Peter Safran officially took the reins at DC. According to Warner Bros. Pictures co-chairman Mike DeLuca, the plan was already in motion. He revealed in a chat with Deadline. At this year's CinemaCon, the Superman trailer sparked major buzz. And for the first time in a long while, fans old and new were feeling that the iconic S stands for something again. For years, DC fans have been craving the version of the universe they were promised. After being let down by a series of misfires, studio shakeups, and behind-the-scenes drama, the dream of a cohesive, inspiring DC universe seemed like it was slipping away. But now, there's real hope on the horizon. Because after a long time, it feels like it's not just another reboot, it's the heart and soul of the new DCU. This one's built with purpose, rich character depth, and a real understanding of what makes Superman more than just a guy who can lift planets. Yes, we hired James in secret to start his Superman script before they took the job. That's how confident they were in Gunn's creative vision. Even before he had the keys to the entire DC kingdom, the studio believed he was the right person to reimagine the Man of Steel. And they weren't wrong. I love Superman. I think James Gunn has crushed it. It's got tons of his trademark heart and humor, and the action is jaw-dropping. It's the Superman I grew up with, so I get choked up when I watch it. I think it's so epic and visually arresting and emotional. The performances are great. It is a 5-star movie to me, and I can't wait for the world to see it. Yeah, we're really excited about Superman. James crushed it. David Corenswet brings a fresh face and emotional weight to the role, while the story promises to spotlight Clark Kent's humanity just as much as his heat vision. Further doubling down on his claim, DeLuca said. With James Gunn's trademark mix of heart and epic world-building, plus the full support of studio execs who are clearly betting big, this Superman isn't set to score big. He's carrying the weight of a rebooted universe ready for a fresh start. And for the first time in ages, it looks like DC might actually be getting it right. Superman is set to be released on the 11th of July 2025. Tom Cruise may be saying goodbye to his Mission Impossible franchise this May, but if rumors are true, he will make his grand entry into another franchise 2 months after that. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. As James Gunn gears up to see if the DCU will hit or miss with Superman, an industry insider revealed that a major casting surprise was in store, and it might be Tom Cruise. Cruise has never played a superhero, neither in the MCU nor the DCU. His biggest takeover of a franchise is probably The Mummy, and we all know how that went. While I love the prospect of Cruise entering the DC universe, I don't like the second part of that inside scoop. The Top Gun star might be playing Jor-El. After unsuccessfully going behind Iron Man before RDJ took the role, Tom Cruise might be in James Gunn's Superman in the DCU. We all know that the best way to get $1 billion these days is to get a cameo. Actually, the more the cameos and teases for something that might, or might never, happen. The MCU got a free rein to do this without consequences when they explored the multiverse,